Aloha and welcome to Wisdom Dialogues with Hope Johnson, coming to you from Fairyland on the big island of Hawaii. Thank you so much for joining. Hooray! Please feel free to write into me. If you're joining me live, you can write in a question, or you can write in something like says, "Hi" from Holly and Lori. Woo! Yay, Holly and Lori. Thank you for joining. Aloha. Aloha from Jasmine. Oh, Jasmine, thank you so much for joining. Hooray. Oh, I'm so happy to be back with you again. Oh, been receiving so much information lately. It's so beautiful. And these dialogues really help with that. I'm guessing that, what keeps people coming back is that you have a similar experience. Finding out more, going deeper into the experience. Lori says, do tell. Do I have a tale to tell? I guess the way I would say it is noticing more and more on deeper and deeper levels with deeper layers how it is all me and I have dominion over all of it. Dominion over all of it. As in experiencing more and more how there's no such thing as being vulnerable to the world. Recognizing that anything that appears to threaten me is really of me. It's an appearance. It's an appearance. I made it for myself so that I could see the contents of what I'm taking to be true. Immediately when something seems threatening to me, there's great support and energy for softening my gaze. It's like if something seems threatening, just it's not like turn away from it and pretend like it's not there, but it's like there's a softening, there's an easefulness, there's a gratitude in it. Lori writes, it's okay, it's okay. Yes. That came to me right before we started. It's okay, it's okay. Wow, is that so powerful? It's simple yet so, so powerful. It is that simple. Lori has raised her beautiful hand. Aloha, my love.
Hello.
Aww.
Gosh, Phoebe and I got stoned today and had the most amazing talk. Oh, holy crap. I wish she was on here with us. It was so. Oh, there's Candy.
Yeah, there's Candy. She's with me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, lost audio.
Yeah, we lost you. You said she's with me, and then it stopped.
And now you're back.
That your mouth went, and now you're back, and then it went, and now you're back. Your voice.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to go out and come back in because I know there's a better connection.
Yes, it's
okay. I'll be right back.
okay. That's funny. Oh my gosh, she's still. You're still.
We get like it looks like an
And, oh my God, it's like she's glowing. Look at her. What the hell? Now it's all fuzzy. I don't think I'm.
You look like you're under the water.
I hear you guys again.
Oh, okay. Well, you're even worse now. You're pixelated bad. And you never went away. It was like the outline of you was lit up only around the edges of you.
That's badass. Did it look awesome?
Badass.
That's great.
Okay. Now you're gone.
I'm gone.
I hear your voice, but the white screen says Wisdom Dialogues Online.
Okay. So I'm not connected to video. Okay, so let me close the screen. And people can see you. People can see me. Okay.
Yay! And your voice is going with the mouth. Yay!
How's it now?
It's perfect. Yes, your voice and your mouth. Yay!
Yeah. We have all these different ways to connect to the internet, and apparently I chose the one that wasn't the fastest.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're awesome. So were you looking to share something about your conversation with Phoebe?
Okay, see if you can follow this. There was an image. Okay. An image got downloaded of this little, okay, first there was boundless, spacious nothingness.
Okay.
Black, just nothing, empty.
Okay.
And there was this little character on top of, well, this vision came after a thought came that, okay, the conditioning is built up. Okay, so the ego or the concepts are all built up, but then it is what's unbuilding. It's got to undo everything that it built.
That's where the fun comes in.
That's what we saw. We kept saying, Hope would say, "Isn't that for fun?"
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. Okay, so, and I didn't think I was going to take this through to after it all wore off. I didn't think that but I apparently, okay, so what the image came was this little character in this spacious nothingness.
Yeah.
On a disc going around and around. Okay, the disc is being built from the time it decides that it's separate from that spaciousness.
Yeah.
And it's running on the disc as it's being made. And then as the making of that disc, as the new concepts come in, it's falling. The disc is crumbling as the little character is still running around it. And then it just falls.
Yay.
Into that nothingness that was always here. That never was.
Isn't it fun?
Oh my God, you followed it. You followed it. You're the first one. I told my husband, I told Holly, they were not, it seemed so clear, but I guess it's just for me.
It's for you. Yay. And it's so me. I'm so happy for me. I'm so happy to have heard it. Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, thank you for quote unquote validating.
That's so funny. You don't need any validation. And
No,
you know what? You just made me up to make it seem like I validate it
like
for
you're
you.
validating me. Right.
Isn't that
But
fun?
seeing that little character running on the disc, and then as the disc is starting to crumble, and it's like, oh my god! And then it's okay.
It's okay.
There's
It's okay.
never been anything to fear.
Yes, that's right.
It's always been this. Wow. I don't know. Anyway, it was beautiful.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you. Thank you.
Aloha.
Bye.
Oh, yeah, I have a super fun question here. Yay. My question was in regards to boundaries. Oh, that's such a fun one. Thank you. We set internal boundaries and if someone breaks them, how do you let go of that person who no longer honors that boundary? That's a great question. I have an example, and then it's also a metaphor. Okay, would you like to speak with me? If you would like to speak with me, raise your hand. If you would like me to just talk on the subject, I would love to. Sounds so awesome. All right. There's. Okay, your mic is open. Yay.
Hi.
Aloha.
Aloha, ho. Thank you for the time to do this.
Oh, thank
for
you.
offering advice on yourself.
Oh.
So I'll just give a simple, it's kind of a trivial boundary,
Okay.
but it's important to me.
Mhm.
So I have a floor in my home, and it's my home. So one of the rules that we have in my home is you don't wear shoes in the house because you live in Hawaii. And the house generally stays cleaner, and there's mud and whatnot. So a boundary that often is broken in my home by adults is the wearing of the shoes with maybe even work boots all over. And always seems to happen right after I clean. Which is more of a joke, but you have to laugh at it even more because you're like, okay, then you just kind of give up cleaning at a certain point and make peace with it and just go, oh, that's not my favorite thing in the world. It really sucks. Sometimes I'll get really sad if I have guests come over, but for the most part, I just go, oh, dirty floor again, and leave it as is. But it bothers me sometimes, and it's hurtful when people don't honor boundaries that are one, just to keep the house clean. So I've gotten to the point where it's like maybe that person just doesn't need to be in the house because I like my floors a certain way. They're wood, and I have a really nice wool rug that I have to hand scrub with water because it's hand dyed with vegetables. So it's not like I can just spray some Resolve carpet cleaner on it. It's a really beautiful, expensive rug. Yeah. And it's also kind of a metaphor for other things because when someone breaks a boundary that's pretty much like across the board accepted, you just don't wear shoes in the house in Hawaii. I mean, if I were to go into your house, I would take my shoes off before I go in.
Oh, all right.
If that person was going into somebody else's house, they would also remove their shoes. So why feel like you could just do that in your own home whenever?
Oh,
does that make sense? Is that a strange question?
I totally hear you. And you know what? This isn't strange, and it's not trivial like you're saying. It's a very important question. And you know, it's a very important question in the process of your own unfolding, you know, because this is opportunity for you. This is a huge opportunity for you to see what's really true. To see what's really true. These are gifts, you know. When you start to see these things as gifts, you don't have a question about how you should act about it, because that's just automatic. You know, whether or not the person isn't going to be able to be in the house or not, that's not really up to you. You know, that's like consciousness playing out. So it's like, you know what you need to do and you know it. You just know it and you're doing it. You know, that's just how consciousness plays out. So it's like in your case, when you're experiencing resistance to shoes on the floor and that kind of stuff, and you're comparing it to yourself, that's where the judgment is coming in. Okay, that's not relevant. That's not relevant how you would do it, or how the tradition in Hawaii is, or anything like that. Those things are not relevant, because those are only made meaningful to you in order to get a particular feeling that makes you feel separate. Okay, those
Okay.
kinds of things.
Okay.
That's not seeing it as a gift. Those thoughts are like a veil. And it's like the veil is like, it's like an offering. It's like a gift. Hey, do you want this veil over you? Yes, I like that one. No, thank you. You know, whatever you say, whatever you say. So if a thought comes up and like, you know, that's not really aloha to take, you know, that's judgment. Just recognizing that's judgment. That's meaningless. I'm not going to use that to harm myself. Basically, because you notice when you believe that thought, it is a dis-ease kind of feeling, unease. It's uneaseful feeling. So if it manifests an uneaseful feeling, it means that you don't have to accept that as true. You don't have to accept anything as true that manifests a feeling like that. That is a gift. The shoes on the floor, it's a gift. It's a gift for you to express who you are. And the way you express who you are is not allowing your mind to be ruled by delusion. See? And that could play out in a variety of ways. It could play out in it can play out in a way like, hey, you know what? I like my house this way, and I love you, but my priority is having these rugs the way I like them. So I'd like you to stay out of my house. Thank you. You know, it could play out in a variety of ways, though. You don't know, but you know, you can imagine probably very peaceful ways that it could play out.
Yeah, then I have to direct again. Then you're directing shoes at the. There's a little sign, shoes at the door.
Yes, it's like it.
Well, really.
What do you mean you have to direct?
Well, I mean, we're all our own captains of our own ships. So,
Okay.
like you said, you either just don't allow or you accept. But I find that I'm more accepting, and this is where the boundary comes in, because it's more of a boundary for myself than the boundary I've created for somebody else.
I see. Wonderful.
So my boundary is, you know, why am I allowing that if I just don't like dirt? It's like,
yeah.
that's no dirt.
Yeah, I'm a no dirt kind of broad.
It makes me feel. Otherwise, it makes me feel dis-ease.
Okay, so here's the thing. It's not the dirt that makes you feel dis-ease. Okay, you don't have to stand for that, so to speak. So the illusion is that the dirt is the cause of the dis-ease, but really the dirt is being used as kind of like a prop to get that feeling of dis-ease. See, nothing in the illusion really causes that dis-ease, but thought.
Yeah, my own thoughts.
Your own thoughts about it. That's right. And so here's here's how this kind of thing has worked out in my own experience. You know, if I perceive something that when I perceive that, I'm like, oh, I really don't like that. I don't want that in my space. First thing is to experience that as it is, not as if that thing is causing the disease. And then I can communicate. I can communicate in a way where for the most part, it's a pleasure for people to do that for me. See? Because in my own experience, in my own perspective, the dirt isn't doing anything to me. These people aren't doing anything to me. This is an opportunity for me to express. That's all. And so it's like, how can this be expressed? How can whatever is coming up to be expressed in the most fun? What's the most fun? You know, it's like everything is such a gift. It's something for you to play with.
Oh, never mind. She's doing something.
And be who you are. Do you see? You see what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
That was good. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I love all the things I've been listening to. I appreciate you putting yourself out there and allowing me to do the same.
Oh, how wonderful. Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Okay, if anyone else, oh, Lori, you're beautiful. If anyone else would like to speak with me, please raise your hand. Otherwise, yeah, boundaries. That's one of my favorite subjects because it's like when we feel like we need a boundary in the future, for the future, for what might happen in the future, like I set this boundary for something that's coming up. That sounds funny to me. You know, Lori says me too. I can't imagine myself really like setting a boundary as in if this happens then this or whatever. I mean, I can kind of see things like it's like you can see how it would affect your relationships. You know, certain things would affect your relationships. You know, like I'd always tell my boyfriends from when I was a teenager, okay, I have two boundaries. You hit me or you hit me or cheat on me, and that's it. I don't come back. No apologies and bullshit like that. Just like laid right out there like that. You know, it's like just like right there in the moment it arises. It's like, oh, that just came out. But in myself, it's like anything could happen. Anything could happen. Go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, I know that whatever choices are being made through me, as far as where I'm going, who I'm being with, where I'm, where I'm sleeping, who I'm marrying, everything like that, it's all being made through me, of me. See? So it's like, in the moment, if a boundary arises, it's like, oh, that's what it is. But I don't have to go, oh, should I set a boundary for this because it makes me feel so upset? Okay, this is happening. Should I just set a boundary for this? It's not like that. It's just like, that's not acceptable. That doesn't work for me. That kind of thing doesn't work for me. I'm not that kind of broad. That's one thing I used to say. You know, not that kind of broad. I guess I still say that. I don't go for that, basically. Basically, I just don't go for that. It's not like I set this boundary and if you break it, I'm going to be upset. Like my feelings are dependent on this boundary. Well, there's certain things I go for and certain things I don't go for. And some things are a deal breaker, like even in a marriage, it's like that's a deal breaker. Yeah, Lori said Lori said I told Tony I don't go for jealousy. Yeah. We had some jealousy arise in the space. I don't go for black eyes. Yeah, I don't go for that. Yeah, it's like this boundary thing. It has a different flavor to it. It's sort of like it's sort of like a buzzword for controlling people. I want you to stay around, but I don't want you to act that way. Hey, you know, you're awesome and everything, but I just don't need people around who are dirtying up my carpet. It's not interesting to me. Yes, take the shoes. And you know, it's like it's not it's not like take your shoes off the door, fuck or that would probably be funny, not mean, but it's not mean like you know, quit being disrespectful. Take your shoes off. It's sweet. It's loving. It's compassionate. It's not making anyone wrong. Not making anyone wrong. Just something's changed. Something's changed in me. I know I was doing it that way before, but now I'm not. Now there's no shoes in here. That's all. There never were shoes allowed. Well, apparently there were shoes in the house, in your perception, but you have not allowed that perception to be okay. That perception of the shoes in the house to be okay with you. First, it has to be okay with you before you can be effective in your communications. Communication is basically action. You could say it's like action in the world. It's like taking action in the world. It has consequences in the world. Yeah. So it's up to you to have allowed the experience of the shoes being dirty in the house to be okay. As soon as it's okay, then the change can come easily, gracefully. But as long as it's not okay, it's a struggle. Lori says, then you come from love. Yes, because you appreciate the experience of it. Oh my goodness, there it goes again. I see shoes in the house. There it goes again. What is this experience? What is it for? Not why is it happening to me, but what is it for? What is it for? Who? Who is it for? The resistance comes from the past is a question. The resistance comes from the past. You could say the resistance comes from past conditioning. You know, it could be all sorts of things. It could be fear of being seen as mean, fear of being seen as forceful. You know, there's a lot of like fear of another person's perception, fear of causing waves. It's like, you know, everything starts with fear. Yeah. And, you know, fear is basically the fear of separation. We use stuff from the past to justify the fear. We use conditions from the past, what we've experienced before, as if that's what we're going to keep on experiencing. And, you know, it only seems to be a progression in time, but it's not really even a progression in time. See, those are just like building blocks, kind of, where you are, where you're experiencing right now. It justifies it in the mind. It's not like it actually happened in time like that on a progression. The resistance comes from the past. Past conditioning. The first one being the thought of separation. Of course, it's to recognize the new direction. I'm not sure what that means. Jasmine, if you'd like to come on with me again, please raise your hand. Yay. So when you get that, nothing in your perception can possibly be against you. It opens the way for resistance to dissolve, kind of fall away on Lori's disc that she explained. Her vision of her disc, the outsides of the disc falling away. Drop. Droppity drop, drop, drop. And then action just takes care of itself. The action is always taking care of itself anyways. Whatever we say, you know, it's fun for me to not know what I might say. Just not know, not rehearse. Not rehearse it. Not need to go over it and over it. Just show up. Who knows how it's going to go? Any rehearsal isn't going to work out anyways. It's not going to work out as planned. You know, the dream doesn't go like that. It just doesn't go like you think it's going to go. See how there's all these different surprises. And lots of really fun synchronicities. It's like just lots of really fun things. It's like being in a playground gosh. It's like playing with magic. Everything's like playing with magic. It's really fun. And our communications and our interactions is just like thought processes bouncing off of each other. But we're the same one. And we don't have to see each other any different. We never have to. We never have to take anything seriously. Something seems like a threat, you never have to take it seriously. You know. Like it's like, and I'll give you an example. You know, one example that comes to mind right away and really powerfully is, you know, like when I got an IRS audit. And the IRS auditor, when I talked to her on the phone, she said, "You are in really big trouble." You know, for some reason, she thought I was in big trouble. And that was like, whoa. And I felt my energy contract. Because it seemed like she was in a position. It seems like she's in a position of authority in the world, right? So she tells me I'm in trouble, and she's in a position of authority. It feels like I might be in trouble. But then immediately there's like, oh, that's not really possible. And there's a relaxation in my energy field. Oh, thank goodness that's not really possible. This is not real like that. And then in that, I can communicate with her. And I can sense a kind of like a pulling back of that original judgment that I'm in big trouble. Like, nothing is a bummer. Yes, nothing is a bummer. There's a pulling back of that I'm in trouble kind of energy. And it's like, oh yeah, where do you want to have the audit? And she's like, well, you come to my office. And I go, in Hilo? And she goes, yeah. And I go, well, where do you live? And she's like, HPP. And I go, well, that's closer to me. Why don't you just come to my house? You know, all my records are there. If I'm missing something, we can go over to my computer and we can check stuff out over there. You know. And the energy is just, it's smoothed out. It's smoothed out. It was a beautiful audit. She went over everything. No change. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. We all love each other here. You know, if you audit me and find out that I don't know, deserve to go to jail for something, the worst case scenario, it's okay. I still love you. It's okay. You know, whatever you find, it's okay. You can come look at everything. Whatever you find, it's all right. And you know, I don't know if I'm doing it right. I have no idea. Like anything, you know, it's like I'm just showing up to it. When it's time to sit down and go and do accounting, I know it's time for that. It's obvious. It's like literally the energy of my whole being is moved toward doing the accounting at that moment. It's just being there, showing up for it. I don't even know if it's like the right way to do it according to the IRS. There are more than one way. Yeah, there are more than one way to do it. Yep. Yep. Yep, she liked it. All right. So, yeah. Oh, Jasmine thanked Lori for that visualization earlier. Let you guys know. Yep, to get the same result. Yep, there is lots, and that's really great too. You know, there's more than one way to do it. That is really like a wonderful saying. I really appreciate that saying because like you see someone the way they live their life and you go, oh, that's appalling, or you know, or any sense of, oh my God. You know, it's like that saying, oh, there's more than one way to do it. It just takes off all of that pressure, like to hold on to a judgment. There's just no need for that. It's all equal. Whatever anyone's doing is equal because it's all one expression of consciousness. And any judgment upon any expression of consciousness doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just expressing self-belief. It's only expressing self-belief for you to see. It's not going anywhere. Look, there are 7 billion ways to do it. Yay. And no one suffers more. What do you mean by that, Jasmine? I'm not sure what you mean. You're also welcome to raise your hand again if you'd like to talk with me. So when it comes to suffering, there isn't really suffering. It is an act, so to speak. It is an act, so to speak. We make it up. We make it up in that way. Knowing that it is an act, even when it's made in our own, especially when it's made in our own experience, knowing that allows us to be present for people because they are not knowing that they are making it up. That doesn't mean we have to try to lay it on them. Hey, you're just making it up. You're just making it up for people who can't hear that, But just being present in that space, it allows for that compassionate communication just to flow naturally. Because we can see that the person who is apparently suffering is making it, but doesn't know and is not willing to know right now. And that is perfectly their path. That is perfectly their path. So just being there, if you find yourself there, wherever that it may appear to be, in the space of it's okay within your own energy field, whatever communication you have with that person will be in a vein, in a sense of compassion. Yeah. Is clarity a choice where you are taught, where from you are taking all of this? It's amazing. Is clarity a choice? Is clarity? That's an interesting way to say it. I would say, yeah. Okay, let's go with that. So basically, a thought has your attention in the moment. And there's a choice as to whether that thought has any meaning or not. If it's taken that the thought is meaningful, you go on a journey of feeling unclear. However, you never really went on any kind of journey. It's kind of like a journey in thought. It's almost like throwing veils over yourself, dimming your light so you see lots of shadows. More like that. So it's like every time a thought pattern that represents one of those veils arises and it's seen as meaningless, it's like one of those veils is just like boom. Like for me, I feel it as an energy, almost like it blows my mind. Like it's like whoosh, like that. Just to say something that's true or know what's true in the face of untruth. See? And that feels like clarity to me. Hooray. Yay. Stuck in the Maya, so it's thought. Yeah, really. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm just stuck in the Maya. Oh, yeah, I'm just stuck in the Maya. It's like you can't, just to say I'm stuck in the Maya, it's like what's aware of that? What's aware of you saying that is not stuck in the Maya? So you can take that thought as true if you want and say you're stuck in the Maya and then be stuck in the Maya. Or you can go, oh, that's awesome. Lori said impossible. Yeah, that's only a thought. I'm not there yet is also a thought. which will keep the impressions coming, that seem to prove that you're not there. Isn't that for fun? So that's really awesome to see. Just like I shouldn't be doing this. I was having one conversation with some friends today. It was super fun because the topic of Facebook came up, and I love the topic of Facebook. It's just hilarious. It comes up and it immediately triggers guilt. Very often. Very, very often. Oh, Facebook. Oh, yeah, I'm on it too much. Isn't that fun? And I go, are you sure? Sure you're on Facebook too much? Or is that a habit to feel like you're doing something too much and project that onto yourself? It's an addiction. I hear that all the, yeah, that's so funny. Oh, that's a good one. No thing can be addictive. That's not possible. That's not possible. It's you giving power to it that makes it appear that way. You're giving power to, oh no, I can imagine this. I can imagine surfing Facebook like this. Here I am looking at posts. Oh no, I shouldn't be here. Here I am looking at posts. Oh no, I spend way too much time on Facebook. Maybe I should do this or that or the other. I'm addicted. Hello? Hello? It's right now. It's right now. Okay? You'll find that apparently you're doing Facebook exactly the amount of time that is awesome and fun. That's what it's for. It's not really for getting a guilty feeling, but you know, the ego likes to use it that way. And so if it is getting a guilty feeling, yay, there's an opportunity. Great, great. Oh, there's that feeling that I shouldn't be here on Facebook while I find myself attracted to being on Facebook. What fun. What an experience. Thank you. Thank you. Wanting to have more intimacy with myself. Wanting anything is a distraction. Wanting anything. It's a total distraction. A thought that says, I want this. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That can go and coalesce. Can coalesce in your mind all on its own without you. Oh, thank you. That sounds good. Okay, thank you. See? I'd like to have, I want to have more intimacy with myself. You know, that's not really your voice, right? That wants to have more intimacy with yourself. That's just something that feels nice to you to have more intimacy with yourself. But if you want it, it becomes a burden. You don't have to want it. Okay. Okay. Thank you. That sounds awesome. Thank you. That's more intimacy. Oh, more intimacy with my husband. Oh, thank you. You know, whatever. All right. Jasmine has raised her lovely hand. Your mic is live now.
How do you find hope in a moment of adversity?
How do I find hope?
Yeah, hope. The hope that things will get better. Not just you.
Yay.
But hope that, you know, like, it'll get better when it's not.
Okay.
And so you just kind of prop yourself up and you do the things that you know are good and that make you feel good, like self-love. And then you just try to let all of the other things kind of disappear. You don't pay attention to them, but you're still going in that direction. And so you know that you're going, and you just continue to try to fill your life with these other things that are less adverse.
Well, I don't really have to try to do anything because the whole perception comes from my energy field. It is quite literally a mirror image of my energy field, which is made of concepts. So I don't have to try and do anything, and I don't hold on to hope, because hope is just the opposite of fear. So it's like I don't need that. I don't need to hold on to hope that things will get better, because for me there is no better. But right now, because I'm here, that's what makes it awesome. I'm here. There's no future. It's only this moment unfolding. In this moment, as much as there's allowed for compassion in my energy field and everything is okay in me, what's coming is guaranteed to be awesome. See? So it's not like I hold out hope that things are going to get better. I just know that I am that.
Awesome.
It's up to
yes. I am awesome. It is.
Yes, you are the awesome that you seek. And so these opportunities that come up to you, for you, are a opportunity to demonstrate who you are, who you know you are right now, because it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I can give you a fine example that, when I was first dating my husband, who I've been chilling with for like 24 years now, when I was first dating him, he asked me to get a place where he can come and kick back. Kind of like, to me, it seemed like he wanted me to get a place so he can come and hang out with me like he was a prize for me or something like that, And I just looked at him and I said, are you following me, Jasmine? Because it's loud in your area over here.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Can you unmute me?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll talk to you. Oh, no.
I'm gonna.
No worries at all. So yeah, he was asking me to do something that really seemed like the energy of it really seemed like he was looking to get to like a kind of like a free ride kind of thing, And I just go, you mean to tell me that you want me to get something for you to come and have that? I'm not that kind of broad. You got the wrong chick. That's not what's gonna do. And the funny thing is, I thought that he would move on, but he didn't. So many of them did, which is great. I always appreciated that. Don't need that hanging around. It's not for me. Like, you know what? No, thank you. And then he was like, oh, you know what? That's not the kind of dude I want to be anyways. So here I am. Here I still am. See? But the key is not a fear of, well, your relationship, that relationship that you thought you had, it's over. Not a fear of that. It's like, that's just the way it is. That's the way my clock ticks, so to speak. You can say, back to Anastasia's, more intimacy with yourself. You could say that's intimacy with yourself through that sharing of what's real and true for you, through honoring what's real and true for them as well. It's easy to communicate like that. Aloha. My son just came in, my 16-year-old. How can I help you? Yeah, go for it. Ah. So, if anyone would like to speak with me, please raise your hand. Otherwise, we've been chilling for about an hour. I will just go ahead and start closing out anything comes up, let me know. So if you would like to join me live and get all the invitations on Facebook, you can go to Facebook.com/groups/Wisdom Dialogues. Yay. And then that will get you on my list of people I invite on Facebook. If you like that, that's cool. If you signed up for one of these, you're going to automatically be added to my mailing list to get notifications via email. If you don't like that, no worries, unsubscribe, and it's all to the G. Thank you. I love you. Also, I've been here with Enchanted, this essential oil, the whole time. Enchanted. Yes. Yes. It has blue cypress, which is a wood that feels silky. It's like silky vanilla-y. It's lovely. Damiana, which is a nice kind of exotic floral, and vanilla. And yes, enchanted. That was the word that just popped in as soon as I took a deep inhalation. Ooh, it's raining. Yay. I love you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Tuesdays at 3. Until then, aloha and a hui ho.